What if an EMP attack shut down America? Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. You pick up your phone, but the screen is completely dead. Your Wi-Fi router isn't working. Your car won't start. Traffic lights across the city suddenly turn off. Planes in the sky lose communication systems. Hospitals struggle to power critical machines. And across the United States, millions of people begin to realize something terrifying has just happened. A massive electromagnetic pulse has just hit the country. In seconds, modern technology begins to fail. No internet, no electricity, no digital communication. But what exactly is an EMP? And what would really happen if one suddenly shut down America? To understand the danger, we first need to understand how an electromagnetic pulse actually works. Part 1. What is an EMP? An electromagnetic pulse, or EMP, is a powerful burst of electromagnetic energy. This energy can overload and destroy electronic systems. EMP events can be caused by certain types of nuclear detonations high in the atmosphere. When this happens, the explosion releases a massive wave of electromagnetic radiation. That wave spreads across huge distances in seconds. Anything connected to electronics, computers, power grids, satellites, communication systems could be affected. Even vehicles with modern electronic systems might stop working. Unlike traditional weapons, an EMP doesn't destroy buildings. Instead, it targets something even more important: technology. And in today's world, nearly every part of modern society depends on it. Part 2. The first minutes after an EMP. If a powerful EMP struck the United States, the first effects would appear instantly. Lights would suddenly go out in major cities. Computers and servers could shut down across offices and data centers. Cell towers might stop transmitting signals. Millions of smartphones would instantly lose connection. Cars with electronic control systems might stall on highways. Traffic systems could fail. Air traffic control systems might lose important tracking tools. At first, people would assume it's just a temporary power outage. But within minutes, it would become clear that something far more serious has happened. Emergency response teams would begin trying to understand the cause. But restoring systems after an EMP could be extremely difficult. Part 3. The first 24 hours. Within the first 24 hours, confusion would spread quickly. Without internet or reliable communication networks, information would travel slowly. Banks and financial systems could stop processing transactions. ATMs might stop working. Gas stations might not be able to process payments. Supermarkets could struggle to manage inventory systems. Hospitals would rely on backup generators to keep critical equipment running. Emergency services would work to maintain order and assist people in need. But the biggest challenge would be the electrical grid. If large parts of the power grid were damaged by the EMP, restoring electricity could take days or even weeks. Part 4. 1 week after the attack. If power remained down for an entire week, the impact would become much more severe. Food supply chains could begin to break down. Modern grocery stores rely on constant deliveries from distribution centers. Without reliable transportation systems and communication networks, those deliveries might slow dramatically. Fuel shortages could begin appearing. Hospitals might face increasing pressure as medical supplies become harder to transport. Large cities could face growing challenges maintaining basic services. Governments would likely activate emergency plans to distribute food, water, and fuel. Military and disaster response teams could help restore order and provide assistance. But rebuilding damaged infrastructure would take time. Part 5. Long-term consequences. If a nationwide EMP event caused long-term damage to critical infrastructure, the economic impact could be enormous. Factories might stop production. Financial markets could remain closed. Global trade could be disrupted. Many businesses rely completely on digital systems and internet connectivity. Without those systems, large parts of the economy could temporarily shut down. However, engineers and technicians would begin working immediately to repair damaged equipment. Power grid components could be replaced. Backup communication systems could be activated. Over time, electricity and digital networks would gradually return. But rebuilding such a complex system would require massive effort, and recovery could take months in some areas. So could an EMP really shut down America? Experts say the risk exists, but events like this are extremely rare. Governments and scientists study these scenarios carefully to protect critical infrastructure. New technologies are being developed to strengthen electrical systems and communication networks against electromagnetic threats. Still, the idea of an EMP reminds us of something important. Modern civilization depends heavily on technology. And while those systems make life easier, they also create vulnerabilities that few people ever think about. Which raises an interesting question. If modern technology suddenly disappeared tomorrow, how prepared would society really be?